It is time for the second semi-final match in the Pokemon Battle Revolution Metronome tournament. In the previous match, it was Akko versus Dared, and Akko ended up coming out victorious, with Palkia and Dialga being just a bit stronger than Dared's remaining Lugia. Their Sableye could have done a lot, but Parastorm from Bronzong basically ruined that. Let's see, Scorpio, who are you rooting for in this game, and you, Auka? I've made my prediction, but outside of my prediction of who I think will win, who I hope will win is Kimono. Because I like that, I like the theme team, I like the Eeveelutions. Also, we are still not going to Magma Colosseum. We're going to Neon. One more chance for Magma for the bronze match, and I actually already know because I have it written down here. I already randomized that before I think the quarterfinals stream. I know whether we'll be going to Magma or not. Alrighty then, let me introduce you to today's participants. In the blue corner, the winner from Group B, hailing from Ecruteak City, is the blooming Eeveelution trainer, Kimono. And their opponent, in the red corner, the player who came second in Group C, but then overcame the winner of Group D in the quarterfinals to reach this spot, is the legendary Hyper Trainer, Matt from Canalave City. Yeah, I can see now the little black borders on the side that Pocket was referring to earlier. They're actually bigger than what you can see. But I put the screen that is being streamed in the middle of my stream layout, so that you can't tell much of it. Just equal black on both sides. Alright, let's get started. I made a prediction that honestly I wanted a full legendary battle, so Matt will be my guest winner, yep. If Matt wins, it'll be full legends versus full legends in the final. But really, I'd love to see Kimono there. Let's get started. Vaporeon and Jolteon versus Dialga and Lugia. Actually, didn't Kimono fight in this Colosseum against Van Grants? A lot of repeats of Colosseums they've been before. Yep. Van Grant's Kimono in round 3 was in Neon Colosseum. And that was only a 17-minute and 1-second match because Van Grant's used Imprison really early on. I remember Akko, who lost in Waterfall Colosseum in round 1 and then basically got revenge on Waterfall Colosseum in the second round. What was the third? I think it was the second. Now it will be Kimono who want to take revenge on Neon Colosseum. What if Jolteon uses Imprison straight off the bat?
The move fails.
Heal, Bell, and Recover. Two moves that can do a thing, but in this scenario don't actually do a thing. Rock Polish. Alright, Dialga boosting its speed, wants to go first, alright. Probably will go before Jolteon. And Body Slam. If Dialga gets paralyzed now, it's actually slower than it was before. Because in this generation it's quarter speed instead of half speed. There we go. So effectively it is now at half speed instead of anything else. It's at half of what it used to be. So Dialga's going last, even after Vaporeon. Heal Bell was a bit wasted when we saw the animation for it, yeah. Heal Bell would have now been nice to get rid of that paralysis, to give it the opportunity to just attack all the time and actually go first. Now it's not going to. Rain Dance. We saw Rain Dance last match as well. In the first semi-final. But Popa, can you make use of it? Are we going to see an Hydro Pump? Close combat on the Steel type. Vaporeon, unfortunately for Kimono, unfortunately for Matt, not really focused on physical attack. And his HP is a specialized stat. Probably special attack is one of the others. Ooh, and then either probably defense or special defense. Chance to use move while paralyzed. 75% chance to use the move while paralyzed. It's only a 25% chance to be fully paralyzed. That's never changed throughout the generations. Confusion was 50% to hit yourself, so 50% to be able to use a move. But I think in either Gen 6 or Gen 7 that was changed to only a 1 in 3, so 33 1/3% chance to hit yourself. But paralyzed was always 25% chance to stay fully paralyzed. What was changed about paralysis is that it's for a long time been paralysis puts you at a quarter of your speed. So basically cuts it into 1/4 of what it was. But in either Gen 6 or 7 that was updated to just losing half of your speed instead of going down to a quarter. That could be huge if Matt's Dialga connects, yes, but note that 1, it's at very low HP. 2, it goes last so it can get hit by 2 other Pokemon. And it has that 25% chance of not even getting to move. Also, it could use a special move or just deal as much damage, but for a resisted move, that was still quite a lot, and it frees Vapopa as sort of a payback, as a karma thing for paralyzing Clock. I want to say that freeze is... Ooh, Blast Burn. Misses. That could have taken out Dialga if it was aimed at that. Would have been really nice. Present. That's a damaging one. We still haven't seen Healing Present. Frozen Solid. I want to say Freeze is always a 20% chance to get out. Metal Burst doesn't work if you didn't get hit. Let's check Freeze. Oh yeah, in Generation 1 you cannot thaw out. Unless you're hit by a fire move that can inflict burn, which is everything except Fire Spin. Gen 2, 10% chance to go out each turn. Generation 3 onwards, so also in this game, 20% chance per turn that you thaw out. There is no maximum maximum amount of turns to be frozen. So Vaporeon could be frozen in like forever. But it could also come out of the freeze turn 1. Pin Missile, a move that it can actually learn, but it misses 2 misses in a row. You really just want to hit the Dialga. Leech Seed. Alright, they now... Matt now doesn't want to hit the Jolteon because it'll, 1, already get damaged quite a bit by Leech Seed, and 2, it'll heal up Lugia, and Lugia being a tank would really appreciate that. Dialga doesn't get to move. That's something Kimono's happy with. Alright, Leech Seed does take 1/8 of the opponent's HP per turn, unlike quite a lot of other residual damage moves that take 1/16. Leech Seed is 1/8, and half of the damage that is dealt, if you call it damage, half of the HP that is taken away is healed by the Pokemon that used Leech Seed, or at least the Pokemon that's in that spot. So even if Lugia would go down now and another Pokemon would take its place, let's say Ho-Oh, then Ho-Oh would get the heal from that Leech Seed. And because it's always 1/8 of the health that's taken and you heal half of that health that's taken, leech seeding a Blissey is super useful. While leech seeding what's a low HP Pokemon? Shuckle won't do much. Although it's still 1/8 of its health, and Shuckle being very defensive could still work out well. But you'd heal a lot less. Mudshot. Rampardo, Shedinja. Yeah, Shedinja, I was gonna say that's the least useful for Leech Seed, because it only deals 1 damage after you heal 1. But Leech Seed is a way to take out Shedinja. So I wouldn't say it's bad on Shedinja, because once it hits, Shedinja's down. It was a decent hit for my Power Whip on Clock, but it's resisted 4 times, so it actually survives with 3 HP. Also, I just realized that why Blizzard from Dialga did a bit more damage on Vaporeon than I thought. Remember, Vaporeon used Close Combat either turn 1 or turn 2. I think it was turn 2 because turn 1 was Body Slam. Turn 2 was Close Combat. Its defense and special defense are both lowered by 1 stage. Fire Blast! Jolteon gone. But with that, the Leech Seed as well. Both teams lose 1 Pokemon. A pretty nice tie so far. U-turn! Vaporeon goes to the back of the team. Ties in Matt's favor. I suppose in remaining HP, you'd be right. Jolteon down, Vaporeon to the back, Flareon comes out. Matt sends out a new Pokemon, and so does Kimono. Kimono with a completely new squad, but she only lost 1. Giratina's out, and so is Umbreon. The next Pokemon that will come out, outside of things that are stand up by Roar and Whirlwind on Matt's team, is Ho-Oh. And I remember Matt's quarterfinal, that Ho-Oh was clutch. It was being hit by a rollout from an Empoleon. But then Ho-Oh was like, I don't want to die to that rollout, and it transformed into that Empoleon, which not only removed its 4 times weakness, it made it a resistance. So that was a very useful transform. I've seen transform a few times that was like, it's transform, you'd change your stats a bit. And one of the legends, I think, became Umbreon in that match, as well. But changing into Ho-Oh into Empoleon lowered its base stat total in a sense, but it changed a 4 times weakness, which would have likely been a KO that next turn, into a resistance, which is very useful. Ooh, Will-O-Wisp. In this generation, that's 1/8 of the damage, 1/8 of max health, not 1/16 like I think it's Gen 7 and later, and halves its physical attack. Flareon with Torment. So every second turn, well, you can't use the move you used last time, turn previous, and with only 1 move, that's struggle every second turn. Kimono's doing well. Yeah, Kimono's keeping up well against these legends.
Multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage.
Bit of damage and boost, even up much. Giratina with struggle, so that's not going to deal much damage, especially considering it's an Umbreon with better defenses. Giratina takes 25% of its max health as damage, just like we saw the Giratina do in the previous match in the first semifinal. Umbreon, Poison Powder. Unfortunately, that misses. That would have been a nice bit of extra damage. Here's Rock Throw. Not on Lugia, that would have been super effective. And Flareon's good at physical moves. It's a bit of damage that adds on. Silver with the burn damage. In terms of remaining HP here and status, it's looking better for Kimono, but we do remember that one of Kimono's Pokemon in the back, Vaporeon, is already at half HP. Around half HP anyway. from Lugia. Aqua Jet. That's super effective. Critical hit as well, but that actually doesn't deal much damage. Pretty sure crit does ignore... Crit ignores burn, right? I'm gonna have to look that up. Lord of the Fishes, you arrived at the right time. Yeah, sure you did. This is your semi-final match. Ooh, there's poison. Actually, I'm boosty. Yeah, you missed the first semi-final. Ooh, Lava Plume. That could put a burn on Giratina as well, but that also hits the partner. And we don't really want to see it burn. Oh, it does burn the Giratina. Is it not going to burn? Because often moves like this, especially Discharge, only paralyze the partner. Lord of the Fishes is Matt. Lord of the Fishes made Matt's Battle Pass. Heal block. No rest, no recover from the burn that's on both Pokemon. Kimono Domal. Please no Imprison. Yeah, Imprison was actually used by Van Grants against Kimono in round 3 in this Colosseum. And that's how Kimono lost 4-0 and didn't win her... that's how Kimono didn't win her group with 3 wins. And how Van Grants actually got into the quarterfinals, which he then lost. But he was super close to beating Akko. Super, super close. That video's already up on YouTube. Let's see, Shedinja. It's Shedinja, by the way, not Shed Ninja. Shedinja. It's KO'd by anything that deals residual damage, Sandstorm, Hail, Poison, Bird, you name it, and we'll get out of the battle. Add to that, there's the super effective moves you to Mono Guard. Yeah. Even if you don't have super effective moves, anything like Hail or Sandstorm can also take it out. So that is why I'd recommend... Actually, I wonder, for the next Metronome tournament, you can select a Pokemon. Would you think it's a good idea to choose Shedinja? Because it resists a lot more things. But the moment Hail comes out, the moment Sandstorm comes out, or Leech Seed... I wonder who will select Shedinja, actually. Considering it's random moves, like Fire Blast, that would have hit Shedinja. If it actually hit. Struggle from Giratina.
This is the only thing it can do.
Not out of moves, no. Torment was used on it a couple turns ago. So every second move it'll struggle. Ooh, that's a Sky Attack setup. Right, Pokemon that doesn't have that much 5 physical attack, but it's something. Surf! The moves that hit everyone for Flareon, but it's a bit of damage that'll add up, and I think that'll take out Lugia with the burn. Normal damage on Unity, but Unity has high special defense, so it'll be good. Silver is down to the burn. Kimono leads. Also, Lord of the Fish is good for you to know is that the Vaporeon that Kimono started with used U-turn. So a Vaporeon at around half health is in the back. So Kimono does have 5 Pokemon remaining, but out of the 3 that aren't out right now, one of them is at around half HP. Alright, here comes the Pokemon that I'd say was the MVP of the quarterfinals for Matt Ho-Oh. And as I explained earlier, taking the rollout from the Empoleon, but then transforming into the Empoleon to make it a resisted hit. You're going to see what that Ho-Oh does momentarily. Here's Twilight for this turn's Metronome. Makes good use of it, hits the high jump kick and a dark type. She did less damage than I expected, but that just shows the HP and physical defense that Umbreon has. Double Edge from Rainbow. Is that enough? High physical attack from Ho-Oh. Yeah, actually Flareon had very low health. It's down. I wouldn't say Umbreon's a tank. I would call Umbreon more of a wall. A tank is a Pokemon that can take a lot of hits but also hit hard back. Umbreon's more a wall, which is more focused on just defenses. I think its special defense is its best stat, and then its physical defense, and then its HP, or its special defense, then HP, then defense. Because its attacking stats and its speed are both 65 and 6. Don't forget that Burn Cuts attack. Right. Yeah, good point. Something else I wanted to look up. Oh yeah, critical hit. Does that ignore burn in this generation? The burn attack drop. I'm not going to send him for Popo just yet. Here comes Leafeon. Here comes Splash. It is a 4-3 lead for Kimono. Burn being helpful on both sides. does it do?
Suicune is sent out. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory?
In Generation 2, when a move scores crits, all stat change modifiers, the half attack from burn, and the defensive boost from light screen and reflector ignored.
The Pokemon are awaiting their trainer's direction.
If the other target such goes into its second switch. Oh, so in Gen 2 it's a bit different. From Generation 3 onwards, when a move scores a critical hit, the attacker's negative stat changes, the defender's positive stat changes, and the defensive boosts from Light Screen, Reflect, and Aurora Veil are always ignored. However, the halved attack from Burn is no longer ignored. That is why that critical hit Aqua Jet from Lugia dealt less damage than I thought on the Flareon. Because that actually still cut. Wow, it's suddenly a lot darker, wow. I'll go switch on a light. I thought I could make it to the end of the stream without switching the lights on, but... Or at least the end of the semi-finals, not the end of the stream, because remember, right after the semi-final, we're going to switch to Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Have some fun with that. Alright, 4-3 lead for Kimono, but Vaporeon's already damaged, and so is Umbreon. Giga Impact! Leafeon is good at physical attack. Physical defense is his best stat, but then it's physical attack. That's good damage. Ho can hit it with both of its stabs. Thunder Punch! Good physical moves from Ho-Oh both times. Making good use of its strong set. Paralyzed, but Synchronize paralyzes the Ho-Oh. I think it's the first time Synchronized actually come into play. Alright, Suicune, Whirlpool, Stab. Doesn't really matter, it's the residual damage that matters. Umbreon doesn't get to move due to the paralysis from Thunder Punch. And then the residual damage from Whirlpool takes it out. Tying the game at 3-3 once more. Kimono will want to make use of that Ho-Oh that's now paralyzed, that's now crippled. Use a good move against it. Take it out while it's crippled. Don't let it heal. Go Snow Point. These aren't Kimono's final two Pokemon, even though they normally are. This is a close match. This is a good close match. Kimono with a bit of the advantage each time, but the base stat advantage is on Matt's side. Yay, it's Spiderweb, one of the 3 useless moves. We saw one already in semifinal 1, and I know the quarterfinal 2 had block. I remember because I put that in the thumbnail. Let's see if we'll see block in the semifinal 2. Or a stockpile into one of the other moves thing. Oh, more water moves. There's Dive, which is a physical move, which again uses Ho-Oh's best stat, its physical attack. But if it's on Leafeon, it'll deal not much damage, because 1 is resistant, 2 if Leafeon has very good physical defense. And I'm pretty sure it can still get fully paralyzed while under the water. Blast Burn! Might be good that it missed, because it wouldn't deal that much damage and would have let it miss a turn. Metronome for Glaceon. Double hit. It's something.
Multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage.
Dive. Boom.
It hits.
Would have been preferred on Leafeon if Kimono had something to say about it. Or paralyzed. But this is what Matt would have liked to see out of Dive. Slight advantage Matt, I would say. But it's not huge. And as Metronome, so anything can change very quickly. Skill swap. That's good, better for Ho-Oh, but I think it's like Leaf Guard, which improves defense in Sun or something like that on Leafeon, which, unless there's going to be Sun, is not going to see it. Ooh, the 5% chance to miss tackle. I think in Gen 5 Plus it's 100% accurate. Snow Point with Cut, all those not very strong normal moves. But at least it's damage, and actually With Ho-Oh already being a pretty low health, every bit of damage is especially useful. Hey, remember when I called Stockpile into one of the other moves? Or did I just not say that? I think I said Stockpile into one of the others. Because you haven't seen Stockpile Spit Up or Stockpile Swallow yet. There's Stockpile. You gonna take out the rainbow? Get the lead? That would be great, Leafeon. Thunder Shock. Super effective on Splash. Kimono would have probably preferred it on Ho-Oh. Although Ho-Oh can't hit that much harder than Suicune, but just to take out a Pokemon, Moonlight on Suicune, or Moonlight heals it. You know, they just want to take out the Ho-Oh before it uses Rest or Recover. Ooh, Light Screen, that's a good move. Lowers damage and special attack for 5 turns. If the opponent even uses special attacks. Ooh, Ho-Oh doesn't get to move. The 1 in 4 chance has applied. Always better to have the Ho-Oh not move than use a special attack. That doesn't deal much. Leaf Guard prevents status ailments on this one. Yeah, defense increases something else. Defense status. Ooh, Giga Drain, that's stab. And it's super effective. No, Leafeon isn't really focused on special attack, but it's still something. Well, it's already at full HP, so it doesn't actually get the HP back from it, but it's still good damage. Suicune Judgment! Oh, if only Leafeon could have healed from Giga Drain right there. Glaceon Rock move? No Luster Purge on Suicune! They're just continuously targeting Suicune. Well, I suppose Suicune doesn't have the defensive boosts, and now it even has special defense drop. Oh, it does have the defense boost from Stockpile. Defense and special defense. Punishment. 60 base power, physical dark move, but for every stat increase, I believe, 20 more. I don't think Snow pointed out any stat increase. If Punishment would have been used on Ho-Oh, then that would be a 100 power move due to it having 1 stage of defense and 1 stage of special defense extra. Uproar, 50 power special. Pokemon won't be able to sleep, so at least Rest will fail. It's not that great of a move. Rest will fail on Ho-Oh, which is one good thing about it. That's good against Glaceon. Matt takes the lead and takes the advantage, because remember that Vaporeon's already damaged. Matt says, good job, Suicune. Let's see what Ho-Oh does. Double slap. Punishment is indeed getting power for each stat gain. What are you saying no, Akko? You want to face Kimono? You want to face Kimono in the final? Right, Leafeon is using Uproar. Is at half HP. Oh, if only you could get that Giga Drain heal now. Is Vaporeon. Now, Suicune's already at half HP with a 1 stage of lowered special defense. Rainbow is at a quarter of its HP, just under a quarter of its HP, with a defense and a special defense increase, but it's paralyzed. Kimono would be easier. Probably just based on base stats, there's a higher chance of winning against Kimono. But then again, it's Metronome tournament, you never know. I keep saying that, and you know it more than anyone. Like, you lost to someone who lost in your group eventually, and you might still win the tournament because you're in the final. Seismic Toss. Damage equal to the level, so that's 50. That goes through the roof. Not looking good for Kimono. And Rest isn't going to work because Uproar. Milk Drink? Giga Drain on the special defense lowered Suicune. Vaporeon, good. Heal some of his HP as well. 2-2. Now hit the Ho-Oh. Now hit the Ho-Oh with like Rock Slide, because they just took Glaceon out with the Rock Slide. Gong Shot, that misses. That would have been a good hit, especially if it wasn't Leafeon. That's only 70% accurate. Alright, here comes ET. We'll have 1 more turn of Uproar, I believe. I think it's always 2 or 3 turns of Uproar. 2 to 5 turns. It's exactly 3 turns Gen 5 and plus. It's 2 to 5 turns in Generation. 3 and 4. Leafeon use Explosion. Leafeon has pretty good physical attack, and it effectively halves the opposing, in this generation at least, halves the opposing Pokemon's defense stat during calculation. I think Gen 5 and later doesn't happen. So effectively, Explosion is actually a 5,000 power move. But Leafeon can't use it quite yet. It still has at least this turn of Uproar, and maybe 1 or 2 more, which Matt probably wouldn't mind, considering that means there's no really strong move from Leafeon. Here comes Rollout. Actually, skip the Ho-Oh. Attack Deoxys, because it might start weak, and Deoxys isn't great physically, offensively, but that'll build up to huge power. The Deoxys may have some alien powers. Can it use those to get a nice move? Well, it's using Rollout, which can be a really nice move, but it's not as effective on a thing that's meant to be defensive. Leafeon with more Uproar on Deoxys. Deoxys with more Rollouts on Vaporeon, which isn't enough yet, but next turn it'll go down. Do remember, Rollout is 90% accurate. If it misses once, the entire streak is over, and Kimono really would want that. Bulk Up, that's not going to help you unless Rollout misses. Rollout will take you down. It'll just double Empower again next turn. It'll keep targeting the Vaporeon. Ho is fully paralyzed. Very useful there. Leafeon still making an Uproar, making it certain Uproar will go to its full 5 turns. Uproar again. This time hitting Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh should be fired. Why should it be fired? It did so well for you in the quarterfinals. Rollout misses. Kimono is saved. Vaporeon. Embargo. I was hoping it would be like Hydro Cannon on Ho-Oh to really show what it can do, but Ho-Oh survives and actually uses a move. Force Bomb. That might still be the end of Vaporeon, though. Yep. 2v1 scenario. Against something at low HP with defense boost, or something that just has really good defense.
The blue corner stands with their backs
Upward
against the wall.
gone, which is probably good for Leafeon to have a chance to have better moves, which Kimono just needs now. But it does make rest available. I am calling rest on Ho-Oh. That would just crush Kimono's dreams. Leafeon's Healing Wish, I think, will fail because there's no Pokemon in the back. Then again, U-Turn works without a Pokemon in the back. But then U-Turn actually deals damage and then switches. Healing Wish is just for switching and then healing something else. Explosion now would probably be a tie, but the user of Explosion loses in the stop card rules. Wing Attack, to keep targeting the Deoxys. Yeah, with Rollout now being gone, you want to target the Ho-Oh again. Because it's easier to take out, and especially to remove the 2v1 scenario. Bite is not going to deal much damage. Also, what does it bite with? Just smack you. Any decent move is good enough. Dark Ball, special move. Good fire move will end it, but we didn't see it. It's gonna be Legends versus Legends in the final. And no rematch from any of the groups. One Group C member in the bronze match. And the one that was second, the Group C winner, is in bronze match. Group C second place is in the final. Akko versus Matt. That's gonna be our match. This match was a 31 minutes 2 seconds match. So how many Pokemon did Matt had left? 2. So it's another 2-0 victory. We've seen a decent amount of those. Alright, what that means is do not leave this stream, because in a few minutes we're going to start Pokemon Infinite Fusion. We're not going to continue the tournaments, that'll be next stream. We're going to play Pokemon Infinite Fusion, a really cool Pokemon game with Pokemon fusions. But as a preview to the next Battle Evolution stream, we will be playing both the bronze match and the final. Bronze match will be played first. I'm not going to tell you which Colosseums they will be in, even though I already have them written down. That'll just be a surprise. Build a bit more suspense with that. One more chance for Magma Colosseum in that bronze match. Both the bronze match and the final will be they will be best 2 out of 3. So it's the possibility is, let's say, Darrett versus Kimono, which is the match for a third for bronze. That Darrett beats Kimono 6-0 in the first match, but then Kimono beats Darrett 1-0 twice. In that case, Kimono would still take the victory because she won twice. Even if you add the scores together, Darrett still has the advantage. It's about match victories. So 2 1-0 victories is enough. And then Akko versus Matt. Akko versus Matt. Let's just take a look at the custom passes. Akko, the legendary dragons. Matt, also with legendaries, including 2 dragons that Akko has as well. Darrett, who, remember, beats a legendary team already. That was in group stage. Doesn't get another match against one. Because both legends are in the final, and they will be facing Kimono. So let's see if Group B can get themselves a medal. I'll stick around to some of that for Infinite Fusion. We can suggest nicknames, right? If you mean suggest nicknames for the new Metronome tournament teams, then yes, once you make that, you can. If you mean Infinite Fusion, then yes. When I catch a Pokemon in Infinite Fusion, a new one, you can suggest a nickname, although if I come up with a nickname that I like more, I can still use that. However, if you look at the channel points below the chat, you can see how many Pokédollars you saved out, and you get more as you watch more. And if you followed, if you've subscribed, you'll gain even more. If you watch a lot, you'll gain extra as a bonus. One of the rewards you can actually redeem is choose nickname. And that applies to Infinite Fusion. If you redeem the choose nickname reward, which costs 1,000 Pokédollars, so it's actually cheaper than a Hyper Potion, you'll be certain to choose the nickname of the next Pokemon I obtain. If you do that, and I'll mention it again once I start the Infinite Fusion portion of the stream, so don't worry about that. But you can either say, I want the next Pokemon to be called Bottle, and then whichever thing I catch next, I will just call Bottle. Or you can redeem that, but then wait until I catch a thing, and then decide on the name. Although in that case, I do suggest you wait until then to redeem it, just in case I forget, or just in case I don't even catch something in that stream.